Bam! Hi, my name's Jolie, and we are doing the Sunday bag chats. And I guess Jackie has some questions for me about how I priced my bags in my video. And so, hello, Jackie.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I had questions. And I was like very surprised at when Jolie went through her part one of her bag videos of her collection. She says everything has a number. And I always call those numbers that I don't want to sell it price number, that if you really want it for this number, you can have it, right?
Right,
So she
that's what it
did
is.
that. And if you
Yeah.
haven't seen her full video of her part one, I watched it and I was like, wait, what? When I looked at the pricing, I'm like, some of those bags totally made sense. And then some of those bags, I'm like, you value that bag more than the walk you took all over England,
England,
that
yeah,
walk. The,
yeah. You know
I was
why?
like,
You know
no,
why?
that's why we're having this conversation.
I looked for that Dooney and Burke for like 10 years and never found it. And you sourced it for me and got it. I could replace that walk.
Yeah,
Walks are everywhere.
that's
They're
crazy
expensive.
that
They're
that
expensive.
walk, especially with that beautiful iridescent purple, is easier to replace than that other one that you
Yeah,
spent 10 years
that
looking for.
the Dooney. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the pricing is the way it is. Sure, I'll give up that Dooney for 1,500 because then I can put that towards another bag,
Something else.
that
No,
I really, really want.
no, ma'am. You priced that Dooney at $3,000. You
No,
priced your
I priced it
walk.
at 1,500.
It was more than your walk, and your walk was 1,800. I thought.
No, actually, it was about $300 less than the walk. It was 1,500, I think.
I kind of remembered
You
it.
know
I
what?
was shocked. Uh huh.
The reason these
You
videos are
have it written
taking so
down.
long is because I have everything written down. I don't remember the Chanel walk 1,800. I wonder where the Dooney was in here. There's one page for everyone.
It was after. It was after the
It's
walk. The
after the
lineup.
camo canvas, the Waverly, the large Soho, the Cohort, the Rogue, Dooney backpack. Okay, Runway Nomad, Dooney Green, 1,500.
Really, it was 1,500. Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, it still floored me. I was like, and then we were talking about what to talk about this Sunday, and I said bag value because everybody's talking about.
yes,
We're not talking about investments because, dude, investments. The definition of an investment is something that gives you a return that's positive, right? If it's not a positive return, that investment is not.
it's a
Well, it
losing
is
investment,
doing something. It's just negative, right? So
right?
we don't want a negative investment, and um, we want something that appreciates, not depreciates. Like when you buy a car, buy a computer, buy a phone, as soon as you buy it, it's obsolete pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not, it's worth the most amount of money
And
the moment
with
you buy it.
handbags, they
Yeah.
either, okay, it can go one of two ways. Either you use the bag and you
Mm-hmm.
put, depreciate it by
Mileage
use
on it.
and wear and
Yeah.
tear, or you let it sit there. And for some bags, you can use them and put wear and tear on them, but the price has gone up so much that they still appreciate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
That's if you keep them for a long time, though. Not a quick turnaround.
oh no,
You know.
it's not a fast investment. Let's stop for a second and say hello to some people. Dia, Katie, hi, Jennifer, Maria, Apple Blonde, Jeanette, hi, Brian's lurking. Hi, Ed, welcome in. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Morella. Have I missed anybody? I think I got you all. If I didn't, just yell at me. Anyway, so I went back today on that video and I numbered all of the bags so that I could keep track. And all of these pages are numbered. This is a 2025, but it's the beginning of the year. And I got them real cheap because they're outdated now. This is only the first 6 months. through June. And I made a page for every bag so I could number it and write underneath of it and keep track because I want to get rid of some bags. Now, these videos are just kind of for fun though, because some of the prices are
Help you keep
ridiculous.
track. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. But that's
Yeah,
if somebody really wanted that, and they are looking for that, you're like, I'll give it up for this money. But
yeah,
that's just
yeah,
what we're talking about. Like, there's a value, and then there's a value. So there's the
right.
value that dollar wise, like today, like you said, you can go buy another walk at any time. You can buy a Chanel walk. There's enough out there that you can just go buy one. But it's harder to find that vintage Dooney because there was a smaller supply of them. Chanel's been
Yes,
making the walk for a long time. That Dooney
yeah,
satchel had had a production date in his past. It's still longer making that particular bag anymore. Um, that's why whenever I see a Dooney bag, I'm like, can I buy it? Oh, and actually, Luxational bought one out from under me yesterday. Thank you, Luxational.
oh,
We were watching It's Adrian, and I'm not upset. I just can't say no when
well,
it's a
that's
good
part of the fun
deal
of it though.
and it's a vintage
Yeah,
bag, right? So Luxational got it. I'm like, thank you, girl. I don't have to tell my husband I bought another dang bag. Because
right.
oh, guys, y'all. So what kind of brought this on? With me was I had to return that Lana shoulder bag. I didn't want to. I
Oh,
absolutely did not want to. I wanted to keep that bag because I'm a bag hoarder. I already bought it. It's already at my house. I already made the money sacrifices. I wanted to keep it. But I know because it slips off my shoulder, it's a tug of war, and I'm going to not use the bag. So I said to myself, Jackie, this costs too much money for me. And I said, but it's a Lana, it's a shoulder Lana. That blue is beautiful. It'll be I could sell it for at least 200 if I don't like it later. True, I probably could because it's a $500 bag that
mm-hmm.
eventually, in a year, if I got tired of it, I could maybe sell it for 200 without a problem. But here's the thing. I was like, you only want it because of the color. So James took me out. We went to the Dillards, which is an hour away from me. I took it to the store. I gave it back to the nice lady. I looked at the Brooklyn. They didn't have the Brooklyn
Give
in
it
the
back to the
blue.
nice
They do
lady.
have it. Yeah. She's oh
It's
man, that
funny.
okay, I've been going to that mall
You like
since
it?
we moved to San
Oh,
Antonio.
okay.
It's the one that was near our house out in San Antonio. It's still working, and we've been there since it's the heyday, since before cell phones, since before internet buying, before people really didn't even do mail catalog. Because mail catalog ordering used to take at least 2 weeks to get
Oh
mailed to
yeah,
your house, so
yeah.
nobody really liked mail orders. So people would go to the store, right? So I've been in that mall in that particular Dillard's for 20 some odd years, and I looked at James like I have never seen this mall so empty.
Oh, I
It
know.
was
They're
a
home.
Saturday, and I don't know how that mall's a business. And the bags, the shoes, the makeup, the cosmetics used to be full counters. It's like, and they were doing stock. They were putting out stock, receiving and shipping on a Saturday. I'm like,
People like to shop from home.
yeah, yeah, we
And
all do.
what does but the thing of it is, it's like I'll shop for home for anything, but usually luxury handbags, I go see them first before I
Oh
buy
yeah.
them. So that'll take a trip, you know what I mean?
hmm
But yeah,
Well,
luxury,
so I went
you
to
want to
the
go. Yeah.
So I looked at the bags that Dillard's had, and they did have the large Lana and the small Lana, and they had a whole bunch of the Brooklyn, and they had the Empire, and they had the loved leather. They had a lot of Coach bags.
Wow.
But when I looked at it, I said the only reason I'm buying the Brooklyn, if I bought the Brooklyn, is because of the color blue,
Right.
not because of the Brooklyn. Had nothing to do with the bag. And I said, Jackie, if you only want the bag because of the blue color, don't spend $300 on this bag. You already have one. You don't need five. Um, so that got me to thinking, and I told James, I had James look at it. I said, James, what do you think? What do you think about it? And I was carrying my Cusco Emperor's New Groove Disney bag, which is his favorite pattern. So he was like, it doesn't have a Cusco on it. I don't know. I don't really like it. I'm like, okay. And so the And when I got that Lana bag, I actually got the Cusco bag too the same day. And in the video, if you look at the playback, you can see the joy and the anxiety what bag cost. Lana cost me a lot of anxiety. And it's not even the dollar amount, because you know what I did? I returned that bag and promptly went and spent $150 at Box Lunch on pins and another bag. And then I bought another bag for another $150. So it's not the money, it's the what's the value of the bag. And James and I
Right.
were talking about this because I'll show you the bag I bought. I think it's like a $60 bag that I got out of the Box Lunch store. And it made me so incredibly happy, like stupid happy that and I said, James, this is what I don't understand. This bag makes me
Well,
so giddy, stupid
that's what it
happy.
is. The value
Yeah.
comes out of the joy that the bag gives
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So this 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 little bag here gave me so much more joy because it serves a function. And I at the heart of me as a bag lover, I am a person who loves practicalness. That's why I love bags. This Owala, which can be a pain to carry and heavy, fits perfectly in here, and my phone fits perfectly in here, and it's comfortable to carry. I get so much joy out of this Loungefly $60 bag versus the one
Is
I
that
had already. It is because
is that made out of
it's
like
a
a
lounge.
canvas?
It's denim. It's like
It's denim?
blue
Oh,
jean
that's
denim
awesome.
with embroidered cherries. So there's no polyurethane on this.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Because I love the
yeah,
Loungefly bags, the way they look. I just
yes,
don't like the polyurethane. We have a comic book
yeah,
store here, and I go in there and just go through all the Loungefly bags and wallets and play with them and look at the price and go
yeah.
$65 and it's plastic. No thanks. You know, but
Thank you.
denim, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. And that's what, and sometimes Loungefly, not a lot of the times, but sometimes they make them out of canvas or denim, and those are the ones I buy because I know they will last. Now the other ones are kitschy and fun. In a disposable throwaway economy where people buy things,
Yeah.
let's buy new things and throw away old things. Loungefly works for a lot of people. There's actually Loungefly backpack collectors that have like walls of them, and these are expensive bags. They're $80 for a polyurethane themed bag, which means
Yeah, they're not
they're
cheap.
temperamental. Yeah, they're temperamental. They don't like too much heat. They don't like moisture. You have to treat PU leather like you treat patent leather, like it's a delicate baby. It's like it must have the perfect setting and environment. So, um, so yeah, so I was talking to James, and James and I were both talking about this. So he got a hat. He did not bat an eye at me spending $150 on pins and a hat and a bag at Box Lunch, which is all like pop culture. But he looks at me like another Coach bag because to him he's like he and I both have the same thing. We're both 45. His whole life, his hobby has been video games.
Uh-huh.
Well, a lot of people say, well, video games are for children. Yeah, well, a whole heck of a lot of adults play video games. But it always had that perceived notion that when are you going to grow out of this hobby? You know, and my
Uh
dad used to be
Before I
that
found
person that would
out that for
yeah.
some reason all my apps stopped working because Apple did an update. And, and Jackie actually came on herself tonight because she has access.
Mhm.
Because I usually send her an email link, but I use the same link every time. So she went ahead and popped on. But everything is crashing. But you know what I was doing before that? I came in here, I was playing a video game. I only played for 20 minutes, but
Harry Potter?
I do it to clear my mind. Yeah.
I play
You got
Minecraft.
to go kill some trolls to kill your mind.
Yeah, I play Minecraft. I chop down trees and build things. That's what I love doing. You know,
Yeah.
James, and I. It's like, but you've always having to. When people say where are your hobbies, it's really difficult to tell people. It was for a while. I think now it's becoming so in the culture of normal.
Hmm.
But we are that generation where it was the beginning. Like we had the
I had
Atari
an
and the
Atari.
Nintendo. Yeah.
My
Or
best friend
I
had Pong.
Yeah, Pong or the Commodore. We are that generation,
Yeah.
right? So our parents' generation, they
Yeah,
were
they
like,
know.
when are you going to get over this toy thing?
The
And
the
so,
boomers aren't gamers. But they're
yeah.
all
So,
addicted to
like,
Candy
even with
Crush.
my,
They're all addicted to Candy Crush.
but then you have me and my kitschy bags, like my themed bags, which I fight against my mom in my head saying, well, buy something nicer so you don't have to buy all these my mother would call them trash bags. Just buy something like a Louis or Chanel or Dior and just have a pretty bag and be done. And I'm just like, but that doesn't give me the same joy as the kitschy fun themed bags, the
That's
Halloween
true.
bag up there, you know?
My
So
cat
I
bag,
love
yeah.
sharing, yeah, I love sharing my fandoms. So for me, it's my self-expression. My mother, her self-expression is elegance and sophistication. My self-expression is fun, kitschy, and I look like a tourist. I'm good with this. My mom is not good with this. My dad is not good with this. Well, of course, here's the thing. My mom lives in a different continent. My father is no longer in life. I don't have to have their judgment, but it's still in my head. It still doesn't go away. You know?
Jeanette, to answer your question, it's not really for sale. I listed it for $3,500 on my blog sale.
You can get that for a better price. Yes, yes.
You could get it for a much better price elsewhere.
So,
I
so when we were doing
I put a lot into that to make that bag work for me, so now it does. So, yeah.
yeah. So when we're talking about the 10 bags, like where we're going tag we did, and
Yeah.
we picked down to the one bag, and it was interesting because Dee Dee Bean had said, girls, for people who do contemporary bags, you picked a lot of luxury bags. And I thought, oh, and I looked back, and I'm like, oh, no, not really. But my number one bag was a luxury bag. And then I thought about it, like, what about that bag is the one I would go buy again? And then I really thought about it. I wouldn't buy that bag again. That would not be my first bag to buy. That bag is one of my most important bags to my collection to me because of how I got it. It was a gift. And that gift is what makes it important, is the person who
Right.
gave it to me. Right. So I would buy it again in memory of that because again, what makes it cool is, yeah, it was his bag and now it's my bag. But what made it cool was that every time I look at it, I think of him. Like when I'm having a super shitty day, like legit, I will carry a bag that is a gift bag that somebody's given me because it makes me remember I have friends and people care about me. So the bags that I get as gifts, those never leave. Those stay forever because they all have associations with them. Like
Hmm.
that's a gift bag. This friend gave me that bag. This friend gave me this bag, and it's rare enough that I remember all of them.
That big
That
ass damn Dooney bag, the first bag that remember that
I did think
bag?
it. I mean, it's a gorgeous bag.
It
It's
is.
heavy.
It's not going anywhere because that's the day I met you in person. And we
Yeah.
switched them at we went out to do our little deal in the parking lot while
No, dude,
everybody
we
else
did
stayed
stop
in.
talking. I feel so bad because Matt was there, James was there, my friend Carol was there.
They were.
Jolee and I, we talked like this, like they didn't exist. Those
Yeah.
other three people had to.
And then we
It was
got
the
up and
first time I
left.
saw.
We're going to go out to the car
Yeah,
and look
this
at
left
handbags.
there. And then the first time I'd seen Chanel, I asked, like, can I see her Chanel O case? It's so cool. That is such a pretty cool bag. I love that bag. But I'd never seen Chanel Caviar Real. And then when I met Craig, I saw his Chanel. So now I understand what people mean by the caviar leather because I didn't really understand. I knew it was like a pebbly leather, but I didn't
Hmm.
understand how uniform. It's not just a pebbled leather. That's why
Oh
it's
no.
caviar.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
picked over leather so they get it to all look really uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And Dooney used to do that. They're not as good as anymore. They start slacking a little bit. Thank you, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think everything is going to slack some. Everything is going to go up in price. And I talked to my friends. They're closing their business, and not for well. She said, as she said, business is really not good right? It's not been good. So they're just like, we're just gonna close the business and retire. And I said, well, how many people have panic called you? She goes, several. But then she'll have people call and say, I wanted to put the down payment on this, but I just lost 15 grand in the market, so I can't do this right now. So that's a common thing that's happening right now.
Right.
You like the love leather bags in person. So I only glanced at it because they were behind a case. I did not touch the love leather.
Oh, okay.
Now, okay, so now I know Eva did a video about the love leather, and I think there was a problem and a love and a hate moment there.
Yeah.
But then I've watched James Jam did the chain tabby, I think, of the love leather, and then
That's a cute bag.
Dawn and Winnie did the loved leather bags, right?
Right.
My problem with the loved leather is not that they don't look great. They look great. They're beautiful bags. Leather that is worn doesn't look like that. It's stage dressing. It's distressed to look distressed. It's like buying distressed jeans. There's a difference
Yes.
between jeans you have literally worn out because you wore them, and then jeans that are done at the factory where they make them look worn out. It's a
Yes,
different look.
because all of the places where the items are lighter and in that tan color should have no
Yeah.
coating on them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They should be worn down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
get
not.
that. It looks
It's
fake.
it's
I
the it's
those
the staged look. It's
yes.
the staged look, which is great.
But I kind of
Visually
like it
fabulous.
because
Fabulous. Yeah.
Winnie showed those boots a long time ago, and I have those boots.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they'll keep the love leather out for a while
Mm-hmm.
because I can't bring anything in while I'm sorting bags. I have a big pile out there. When I put them all
You know what?
together, that's the first time I ever did that. I put them all together and I go, what the hell have I done?
I've done that more than once, and it's very daunting every time you do that. I'm looking because you have to make a huge old mess before you pick it up again. You know what I would like in the love leather, and I would spend $100 on this, and I know it's ridiculous. A loved leather bracelet like this. Hopefully, it wouldn't say Coach on it, but maybe it had the
Yeah.
Coach carriage and horse in the loved leather, a cuff bracelet. That would look amazing. I would love that.
When I
In their
was a
accessories department.
teenager, I don't know if they were still popular
Mhm.
when you were a kid, but everybody would get their boyfriend's name on a leather bracelet or your
Oh yeah,
own name or
this is
whatever with the
Jackie and
stamp.
James. This is very
Yeah.
the
Is that on
Hawaiian.
the leather one?
Yeah, the Hawaiian. They did this
Oh,
in
okay.
Hawaii. This is
Oh,
leather
okay.
ones. I got this in
That's
Disney, but
cool.
in Hawaii they always have bracelets with the name of your spouse, or you and your spouse, or your loved ones. Yeah. But a leather bracelet in the loved leather, I think, would be phenomenally awesome. And for $100, I would buy that. And yes, I know it's $100, but they sell charms for $100.
Yeah.
You know, like they had a sterling silver cuff bracelet I really wanted. It was $300. I never bought it, and I kind of regret not buying it. But at the same time, it's like
Are you still
I
talking
lost
about
my other
Coach?
200. Yeah, Coach.
They had a
Coach.
sterling
They had
silver?
a they had a sterling. It's part of the men's collection. And 3 years ago, they had a couple sterling
Oh,
pieces come out, and they didn't do well. So I don't think they're doing them as often. But see, the ladies' jewelry tends to be costume jewelry, but the men's collection, because men are men, um,
has to
it
be
was in sterling.
stainless steel or
Hmm.
sterling or something that'll
Yeah,
hold up.
yeah, yeah. Mm. So Dawn says Hobo has a buffed leather that is actually buffed down. Yeah, that would look really pretty. Hobo is an amazing. Oh, I do have a bag to show you guys.
You
I
do.
bought a bag. Today is National Thrift Day, so I went to the outlet, or I went to Goodwill, and I just put these patches on here. I just glued these on here. This is a leather bag. Like, I know, sacrilegious. Jackie, you just put patches on a perfectly good leather bag. It was boring, y'all. It just wasn't. I knew if I didn't decorate it, I'd never use this bag. And again, self expression. I know it's silver and I put a gold thing, but I don't care. And then I love this patch. So I think this is
What
so
kind of
pretty.
bag is that?
This, surprisingly, is called, and you can find them on eBay pretty cheap, Victoria's.
Victoria leather.
Victoria Leather Co. Yeah, made the original, made in the United States. This is a made in the USA bag. I got this at the Goodwill. I left the tag on here so I could show you guys. I touched this and I'm like, okay, $15, okay, $15. You're coming home with me. This is a leather bag, great
How's the
shoulder.
hardware? The hardware looks substantial.
It's YKK zippers. It has really good
Wow.
hardware. It's awesome, and it has this cute little um
Very
sweater
impressive.
emblem. It's really neat. And this is their little branding. It has Victoria leather. And so I was like, this is a cool bag. And yeah, I know putting on patches on it is a little bit of a bit much, but I don't care. Again, it's now my bag. Oh, so
Well,
Jennifer wants me to tell you guys.
okay.
Go ahead. Oh, well,
I would never say
she
anything to anybody about that because I took my garden party and put patches all over it. So
Yeah, but your garden party kind of rocks, and that's gonna be in video too, right? Because you haven't shown that
it's
one
I
yet.
haven't it hasn't cycled
Yeah,
through yet.
yeah.
I'll get there.
So the Jennifer was at the outlet, not outlet, but Goodwill. One of our Salvation Army. I think she went to a Salvation Army. I can't remember. She found this St. John knit. And if anybody knows St. John knit, super expensive, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, very high end, silk knit sequence top. And she said it was filthy. I really didn't notice it because I didn't look at it. So the way you have to take care of a knit like that is you need to use a soak solution that's rinse free, because when you take care of textiles like this, you press the water out of it, you never twist the water. This is going to break the fiber. Do not do that with
Hmm.
knits. So the thing is, this person had this very expensive, beautiful piece of clothing, but didn't know how to take care of it. So they just
Right.
donated it when they were done. Jen rescues it. I'm like, oh yeah, I have the stuff in my house to clean it. So it's soaking, and then and you just have to rinse it until it's clear, and then you press out the water, and then you lay it flat, and then you let it dry. That's it, and it's back to wonderfulness again. So Jennifer, it's like on the resale market, these things are running for $200 to $300 used.
Right.
Used. So Jenny is beyond happy because I don't know how much she paid for it, but it was not $100. It was like pennies.
We'll have to
And
see
also,
that
and it fits
sometime.
her. Yeah, as soon as it's hopefully I'll get it. I'm not sure I'll be done by tomorrow, but if not Friday for sure. I can show everybody. But she's bought a few, because here's the thing, a lot of people get confused in America, especially when you're looking at thrift stores. St. John's Bay was a
Oh,
JC
that's
Penney
J.C. Penney's. Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people see St. John and they're like, that's from JC Penney's, and they don't realize that St. John is actually this very high-end knit that's extremely expensive. Jen says it was $14. Jen, what did you think? You haven't seen this, so I don't know if you're still driving or
Wow.
not.
Nice.
I look what I did. They look fun. I like hearts. I like rainbows. I like expression. So I just,
A
I
lot
did
of
it.
well, there's a few. I'm not going to say a lot. There's like that I know of one, two, three, at least three, maybe more, probably more bags that are in my collection just to do artwork on or dye or fix up, which I haven't done yet. So, and the reason being is I never really put this room together when I moved here. I had all of my bags out on all of my shelves and all of my crafts packed in boxes and stacked on top of one another. And so I could never find, what I needed. And that just makes it
Hmm.
impossible. And it just keeps this place a mess. So I'm pulling everything out of the closet, putting all my bags in the closet because I have nice smooth shelves that I installed in there for bags. I have 8 shelves and 3 of them are full.
Yeah. I have two rooms, a living room, and a bedroom. So
Mhm.
yeah, it you think it's not crazy. Like when I did my Michael Kors video, I really didn't think I had that many Michael Kors bags. I had 2 bins full of Michael Kors bags, literally 2 bins.
Wow.
I'm like,
Mhm.
I think we counted almost 40 just in Michael Kors. And I actually got rid of I sold a few of them right after that video because I'm like, the reason I don't use you is you don't like my shoulder. So, and since I buy so many pre-loved bags that there's no returns on those. There's this one final sale, right? Um, so I'm trying to be more currently this year has been a lot more mindful of the bags I have, like, and I just
See,
the bags I'm buying are a little bit more expensive this year than they were last year.
I
You
should
know,
force myself to do unboxings. If I forced myself to do unboxings because they're uncomfortable, I would buy less. So maybe I should.
um,
Look at
writing down
another
my
thing I
videos.
freaking bought. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
like look at what I
Oh
bought.
my
You can't lie
God.
to yourself. You can lie to others, but
I'm
at some
not gonna
point you have to
I'm
look
not
at the
gonna say
yeah.
who the people are, okay? But I just want everyone to know that three of us got talking to all on the same day. I won't say who the three of us were, but three of us got spoken to by the other halves in our lives all on the same day. We're all texting each other.
You're like, I got that. Okay, I was one of them. Okay, so James had given me the look, right? So I'm like, so I'm very grateful when people actually give me bags because then I look at James like, I didn't buy this. This was gift. It was a gift. It was not a purchase. And he doesn't actually mind me taking bags to the post office, even though he hates going to the post office, because he knows that's one more thing out of the house.
So
Because this the way
you
it is.
see, my channel's never about trying to sell you something. I know what a problem it is. Nobody has a problem buying stuff. Ah,
I am the problem. I know this.
just
I am.
I'm just here to be a bad example.
Yeah, I keep telling people don't do what I do. Please don't do what I do. Don't watch me, enjoy me. Do not live like this. It's tasteful. I have to have Jackie as my alibi. Yeah, well, I do actually do mail out bags to friends because I do like the cycle of giving and
Yeah,
gifting because
yeah.
it is there's so much joy in that especially with people who love bags. Now, people who don't love bags, they're not going to enjoy that gift. Like I have a friend that if I gave them a bag, it's a burden to them because they're like, oh dear, what do I do with this thing? But my bag friends, it's a huge joy.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, you get it. They have those feelings, that you have that, for the
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, and
Um,
everybody has that thing, right? They have a
mhm.
thing they all collect. If you just take enough time to find it, like, I have a friend who does World War II models. I have
Oh
another
yeah.
friend. He turned his hobby into his vocation. He's actually a motorcycle repair person, only on BMWs because that's his bike that he likes. And people do all that stuff. Like my friend who's retiring soon, he's probably going to end up doing woodworking and hobbies that he had time to do before, but not enough time. You know. Well,
Um,
you're growing things. You have an orchard.
yeah, but that doesn't take a lot of time out of my day. But
Chickens do.
mowing the yard does. When it rains in Florida, every other day, the yard starts looking like you didn't even mow it. Oh, by the way, everybody, if Dawn is still in here, tomorrow is her birthday. She will be 25
Woohoo!
tomorrow. 25, the big 2-5. Yeah. Philly's hard on a person. She'll be 25
Yeah.
tomorrow. Happy birthday, Philly.
Oh, so Lori's comment is when anyone comments on my bag collection, I flip it to them on their collections. What I told my father. So when I first this is 20 years ago, mind you, my father was complaining about my husband's gaming uh whatever. I said, Dad, it is so much cheaper than fishing and hunting. So much
Oh
cheaper than
yeah.
fishing. I'd rather him be a computer gamer. Even my bag collection is cheaper than fishing and hunting. It's like, because my dad's like, because he's like, he should just go fish or go hunt. I'm like, do you know how much it costs to go fishing? Fishing starts with a little boat that turns into you need a larger boat, and then at some point your boat needs its own
Fishing.
house. It has its own insurance. It has
Yeah.
rent payments, and then you have to
Mm-hmm.
take care of. If anybody wants to know about boat maintenance, go talk to Yoda.
Oh, they are. Okay.
They have a boat, and that's just a leisure boat. That's not a fishing boat, you know? So I said, Dad, I mean, and especially if you hunting, forget the equipment for hunting, the deer leases, the going out to the places to go hunting. I have a friend who's doing elk hunting this fall during elk season, and I had a friend who would used to do bear hunting and salmon hunting, and there's all these seasons, right? They have to fly to where they need to go, pay a ton of money. And I'm not talking a couple thousand. I'm like P9. This is P9 money, y'all. P9 money. This is like a couple times a year. One of my friends went big game hunting in Africa at least 3 times in his life. It's 30 grand per trip. He's not some bazillionaire. That's just what he chooses to use his money on. I'm just like, so don't. I said, Dad, James's gaming is fine. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
gaming. I mean, it's like
Well,
people, well,
ours
you
isn't
should do
really
hunting.
expensive because I play a game till I master it, and I enjoy walking around in the world in Harry Potter so much that I just waste
Hmm.
a lot of time walking when I could be flying. Anyway, that's kind of silly. But golf. My husband's a golfer. It's
Oh
very
my God.
expensive. It's very expensive. He's a
The
member of a
clubs,
club.
the
Yeah.
clothes,
Hmm.
the memberships.
Hmm.
And then you can't. And here's the thing about the memberships, because my family were all tennis, golf, skiers. So my uncle had uh, condos where they're skiing condos, right? And then he also had country club memberships. So here's the thing about country club memberships. You get tired of that course, y'all. If you're a golfer and you're at a club and you're using that course, you get tired of it. So you do the tour. You go to other country clubs. You do the day passes, the whatever passes.
Hmm.
You pay these like $500 fees for one day to play their course on top of you're already a member of your local country club.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
This is the second membership since we've moved in 2 years. So yeah, he's switched clubs.
Hmm.
He went to a walking course for a while. That was interesting.
Like you
Were you?
want to go to different courses and you want to experience. It's a challenge, you know.
Yeah.
And my aunt and uncle, they would golf every weekend. They loved it. I do not know why. I don't get it. I don't get the zen and the feel and the love of hitting a ball into whatever, but it's a thing. And it's an individual challenge. I think that's the joy of golf specifically is like you're trying to beat yourself every time you're playing,
Oh yeah.
you know, you know. But yeah, so hobbies, bag collecting. My bags just stay here. There's no expiration date on them. And that's one of my biggest problems is my husband's collection is a digital collection and my collection is a physical collection. And you can see the amount of space I take up.
Yep. We each have our
Yeah.
own, room
Yeah.
for our hobbies and stuff. Yeah, he's got
Well, I
guitars all
kind
over
of
his
go with
walls.
my husband has a room and I have the whole house. So I don't see a problem with
Is that
this.
how it goes?
Like, yeah, you know, it's like the pugs have the entire living room practically, so I don't see there's a problem with this problem at all. It's like he's okay with it. Honestly, James is the nicest person you've ever met in your life, and he's very he knows he's looking at me like, girl, we're in debt. I'm like, I know, I don't care. He goes, okay, as long as you know what you're doing, I'm with you. I'm like
All
I
right,
have 20 more years of life to work, you know.
so my next videos are all going to be handbag collection until I get my handbag collection done. And even though that video was like 6 minutes, it was under 7 minutes long. That took
Mm-hmm.
forever.
Oh
It
yeah,
took
that
it took
takes a
forever.
long time. And the editing alone,
And then
even if you have them
they're all put
all
away
there.
in the same order so I can find them. They're all numbered. I went back into the video, numbered all of them. Some of them I repriced because the prices were stupid. But the ones I
Well, they're
didn't
meant to be.
reprice and have ridiculous numbers on them, those aren't really for sale. I mean, nobody's gonna buy those.
Yeah.
So it's just for
It's
fun.
the, I
It's just
don't
for
want to,
fun.
yeah, I don't want to
See,
sell
I
it
don't want to sell it
price.
price.
But if you really, really, really have to have it, yeah, yeah, it's okay.
You can pay this exorbitant fee if you want.
Yeah.
Anywho,
And people do that all the time. People do that all the time. If they really want it, and it's like this, that's why we can mark something. Okay, so I went to today's adventures. I went to church. I grabbed James. We went to the Goodwill, which we dropped off clothes to donate. We dropped off a box of books, a box of household wares, things to go to Goodwill to donate. And then we bought the thing. And then we went to have the IKEA store that's over there. And then we went to lunch. We went to Wingstop. Yay, Wingstop. And do you guys have a Wingstop up north? Or you're in Florida, so do you have a Wingstop? It's just a wing place.
I've heard of it.
No?
I don't know if we have it or not.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah, we have a
say.
wing. It's a good wing store or shop place, whatever. So we had wings, and it's right next to a comic book store called Dragon Slayer. So we went into
Oh,
Dragon
cool.
Slayer, and very cool place. You can play tournament games. You can borrow their games to play. You can buy
You know what
games.
the
They
one
have
near me is called? It's called the bearded brown
bearded
the
brown.
bearded brown hat. Something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so anyway, they had Labubus in the store, but they were $80. And I'm like, I'm not buying that. I know it's $80. I know they're authentic because they're $80. And I said, but that's again, I have spent many, many dollars on Labubus. I've spent more than list many times. But when they first came out, they were $22.50. Then they were $27.50. So now $60 for a Labubu makes sense. $80? A little high. But
It's
that's where the
getting real high.
macaroon, the Into Energy is a higher price point. It costs
Oh,
more.
is it?
So when it comes to their
That's a little
the
foo-foo.
macaroon, the Have a Seat, and the Into Energy, each new version costs a little bit more than the original. So the price points have gone up, tariffs have gone up, things have gone up. So I I'm not gonna lie, I do have a bag charm coming to me in the mail that is $100, which I didn't find outrageous because I've spent $100 on a Coach bag charm, and that's how I justified it to myself in my brain. But at the same
Well,
time, I'm like,
I got a
hmm,
notification in the mail that my $60 charm was coming, and that charm is all Dawn's fault. Remember when she just sent us all the links for the Clover or whatever? Clover, what's it called? Cloverfield?
oh, Clover, Stony Clover.
Stony Clover. Stony Clover. So yeah. I got the notification that shipped. I don't even remember what month I bought that in. I don't know who all got them, but I don't remember.
Um, but if you guys haven't seen Style by Gwenny's video today, she put a video up today. It was so cool. Now, as you know, her and her husband live in England. Well, they took the train down to Paris because they're meeting with the Bag Tribe, and she is smart. She put her video out right away. So there is none of this wait till after. So it's like the first video from all the Bag Tribe people, and she had gone into the Fendi fur. Well, Fendi has always been known for furs. Well, they have fur charms, not just the monster balls like they used to. They have
Monster
teddy
balls.
bear, Fendi teddy
Oh,
bear,
nice.
and rabbits in fur with Fendi clothes on. I'm like, how much is that? Because I want it so
It sounds
bad.
adorable.
I'm like, oh my God. Now, I have always wanted a mink fur teddy bear. They used to make them out of old mink coats and stuff, and I haven't seen them in a long time. But this was 20 years ago, and 20 years ago they were $400. So who knows how much they cost now? But they're talking about in luxury that to get the people with because of the piggyback on the Labubu craze, Louis and Fendi and all these places have made their own charms. These trying to be. They're still not as cute as Labubus. I have to tell you. I mean, the fur bunny, awesome. The fur, teddy bear, awesome. But they're still not a Labubu. I love the Labubus. So
Lori says, "Love me some Gwenny and the Lion." Yeah.
Well,
Poor
Craig,
Craig.
go watch Gwenny's video. She shows it in there at her at the store trying them on her bag. They look so cool in person. I'm not sure. You know how stock photos. That's why everybody likes reviews. We want to watch a video to see what it looks like in person, not with all the perfect lighting and all the perfect posing. I'm like, what's it really gonna look like when I get it? You
Right.
know? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's Yeah, Fendi. There is a Fendi bag, and I almost bought it. Like, Jackie, you idiot! Don't buy that bag. It's $200. Get over yourself. You're never gonna use it. I have to do this to myself a lot. This is a common occurrence for me.
Talking yourself down.
Oh
Step
yeah,
away from the bag.
right. Lori says that they're so tempting. Now, out of all of them, the Vivian doll, it's okay. Some of the other bag charms, high-end bag charms are cute, but those Fendi ones are because they put clothes on them. They put sweaters on them. They're so cute. Because the whole thing about Labubu that people love about the Labubu is dressing them up.
Dressing them up. It's like Dressy well, not like Dressy Bessie because her damn clothes were sewn on. But yeah, like paper dolls and changing out your doll's clothes. That was one of the best parts.
Hmm. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting watching your video about value versus perceived value versus society's value. And I think that's why people are saying right now in the luxury world, people have moved away because the price of luxury bags have become so astronomically expensive. It's made
Some of them
fine
are
jewelry look
actually,
affordable.
the only word is asinine.
But yeah, well,
It's what?
Chanel just went up again.
Yeah,
So,
whatever.
and here's the thing about Chanel. It's like, so people are like, do I go buy a $10,000 bag or do I go buy a $10,000 gold bracelet? I'll go buy a gold bracelet. At least it's gold.
At least it's
You know?
gold.
Yeah. And that's what you tell yourself. That's what I would tell myself. I don't spend I do spend a lot of money for sterling silver. I really do. Um I did, Jennifer. So Jenny wants me to show you guys.
Oh,
This
that's
is
so cute.
this is Violet's little swimsuit when she was a little baby, and we put the swimsuit on our big elephant here.
That's so
And
cute.
I can't believe Violet was ever small enough to wear this
Oh, that's
swimsuit.
so cute.
So Jenny wanted me to share, so we had to share.
Dawn says
But anyway,
yes,
so I
but you
think,
can get a Chanel bag for what an LV canvas bag costs.
yeah, I think Louis Vuitton's actually going up in price again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely
Ouch.
ridiculous because they didn't want us to buy the canvas, and then they wanted us to buy the leather, and now they're reintroducing the canvas, and it's now way
Jacking
more
it
than it
up.
used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
That's why
guys,
it's
you know.
like I kind of just settled into a place where I'm like, I probably have more bags than I will ever need. I need to really just hone it in,
Oh, girl.
sharpen it, whatever.
I tell myself, Jackie, you don't need anything else. Jackie, you don't need another bag. Jackie, you don't need another pin. You
You
don't need
need
another hat.
to
You don't need another shirt.
go back to the beginning and start showing us what you have because none of us can freaking remember.
What
Well,
did I do
I
today?
don't
I went and
mean
bought
that
another bag.
bag, but yeah, you know
I
what I'm
bought
saying.
another bag. What I'm telling you is, I don't need any more bags. And what did I do today? I went to
Ah,
the Goodwill and found a bag for $15 and had to. And you know what? James looked at me. I'm like, it's a great bag. I don't have this one. And he looked at me. And he said, fine.
I piled my bags over there on purpose. And I have to be honest with you. I set them on the church pew that we have in the front room because I thought that they would fit in just like a row on the pew and a row on the floor. They did not.
What I'm learning is I have
It
to
was an
learn how to
exercise.
cycle out my bags. You know,
Yes.
I have to at some point say goodbye.
Hmm.
Um, Not everything is going to be a collection, although to me everything is a collection.
I know.
I love them so much.
But the Dooney Disney collection is so huge on its own. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge
And
collection.
that's only 3 years old, guys. I've only been doing Dooney's Disney for 3 years. As well as Coach. I've only been buying those for 3 years. All of my Dooney and Coach Disney, all of them have been within the 3 years. That's what really made my collection exponentially because I found so much joy in it. I did not know how much joy those bags would get. I would feel carrying them. I've
Hmm.
always been very practical, but because at the heart of me, a canvas bag, crossbody nylon or canvas is really where my heart is. Um, and it just drives me like I have to fight with the I've always been super casual. I've always been a blue jeans t-shirt, super casual person. I've never been a dress up nicely. Look, my whole family, my whole life has forced me to have to dress
Yes.
appropriately for
Hi,
the
Keith.
environment you're going into, right?
Yeah.
Um, so if I go to the country club, which we had to growing up, we would go to the country club. You have to wear the right attire, and I was just like, I'm wearing clothes. What's wrong with? So I am my value in me is I feel the value. I am the value. Like I don't have to look a certain way to feel like that is present a certain way. But that's not how society is. Society is different. Somebody actually said wearing. I can't remember the quote, but it was wearing designer clothes and fine jewelry doesn't show that you are wealthy. It just shows that you have spent money
Hmm.
because nobody knows your bank account. You
Nope.
know, they can, and I've been really of the people, and I mean that's really sounds condescending and self-righteous and whatever, but I've always tried to fit into my environment. Because I've always been other. I've always been the Asian kid. I've always been the
The Asian
identical
kid.
twin. Um,
Yeah.
so I've always tried to fit in. You know, and I fit into my environment here. I like it here. We wear jeans, t-shirt, and wear Michael Kors out here where I live. You know, Ed says I love spending money. Oh, my credit card debt is ridiculous. People would be.
Oh,
I'm the
Ed.
typical. You know,
You said something nice earlier, and I was going to respond and forgot. I feel bad. I love all your
what was
videos,
it?
Ed. I think he said something that he liked the last video, which was nice.
Hmm.
But Ed's fun to
Yeah.
watch, isn't he? And did we say welcome in, Keith? I don't know what I'm going to do, Jack. I just can't.
Keith, Keith, can't what?
I just can't. I mean, there's so
Oh,
many, I can't put
Keith,
them all away.
that's when you have to make those hard choices of take them to donate or sell, like to like a consignment store. And you have some good ones next time you drive down to Miami.
Oh, yeah.
So Keith says at the thrift store he bought a cap that says token Asian. I can relate.
Oh, I
I
love
am the
that.
token Asian. Not only am I the token Asian in my section where I work, I am the only female. And I was like, oh, I work with all dudes. Like not the whole department, but my section of the department, there's like 14 of us. 3 female right here, all men.
Yeah.
I've always worked in an industry of men, and I've always been the Asian. Luckily, now the company I work for is mostly engineers, and a lot of our engineers are South Asian, which people are like, what? India people. I just,
Right.
you know, so,
I've
but
mostly
still people, when
been
people
the
think of
token too.
Asian, they don't think of India. They think of China, and I'm Southeast Asian. So, I am the token Asian person. It was so funny because one of the interns did a presentation and says, I'm the only other Korean person. And I was about to laugh. I said, James says, yeah, I'm the only Thai.
Starting with the Air Force when I was very young, the only girl. And then, because I worked in the shop that I worked in. And then I went to work for the cable company, but I didn't work in customer service. I worked in repair service with all the guys. And then I
Mm-hmm.
was a dispatcher. There was another girl dispatcher on one of the shifts. And then I worked in the construction department because it was it was when they were first laying fiber optics, and I was helping with all that stuff. So yeah, ow, I know what that feels like.
Do you want to know? Keith asked a question if I get along with them. So here's the thing about getting along with men. Since I have always been in a male dominated industry my whole working career, I was raised by a single dad, colonel in the army, type A. I didn't realize because my parents divorced when we were 11, so I lost that female influence early on.
Hmm.
So we'd always lived with you know a guy, my dad, and he was always very straightforward and direct. And I did not realize, and after working with men for so long, for a while, I had to move sections over to a mostly female section. This is when I was
Hmm.
working in the private sector. And oh my God, I call it petticoat politics. And petticoat
Mm.
politics means when you walk over to a female coworker, and let's say you don't really work closely together, but you work and we all, and you're walking up to, let's say, Jolee, say, hey, Jolee, good morning. How are you doing today? It's so nice to see you. I love your hairstyle. Oh, yeah, really? How was your weekend? Uh-huh. Could you, I just email. Could you possibly look at it real quick and get it back to me today before 5? Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, now
Hmm.
that's the quick version. You talk
Right?
to a dude, you're like, hey, John, yeah, can you check that email? Get back to me today? Sure. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Yes.
That's it. There
Yes.
is no greeting. You
Yes.
talk to women, and if you don't do the whole meet
Well,
and greet,
hello.
polite conversation,
Hello
oh
to
my
you
God, how are
too.
your kids? How was your weekend? Did you go do this? Did you see that? If you didn't do that shit,
Oh,
people,
yeah. I
you were
was
like the
used to
wicked
working.
west,
I'm still used to working with
wicked
men.
witch of the east. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's with
Where
men,
it's
it's
just,
like, hey, with men, I'd be like, hey, dude. I'd be like, hey, Mike, I'm working next to you. Okay, cool. That's it. That's it. When you
yeah.
talk to women, like Elizabeth, hey Elizabeth, I'm working right next to you on blah 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 blah. And
There's
if you have
all
any
this
problems,
other
let me
stuff that
know.
goes on. One
God.
thing that really bothered me all the time is I worked outside with the guys, work, work, work. And especially through summer, it was awful when I was in the military. And I would get calls all the time from the Air Force Wives Club wanting me to come bake cookies for us, the guys. I said, I can't do that because I'm a coworker of theirs. I'm not a wife cooking for them, and that's not going to change. I'm not going to become the girl who makes cookies for all the guys that I work with in ditches. I used to do fire suppression systems and things like that. So, I mean, it was like before that, I
Yeah.
did
So
electronics.
I
And
I
I'm like,
I
I am
honestly
not doing that, but thank you for calling again.
I would rather work with guys 1,000 times before I worked with a bunch of
It's
women. I'm sorry,
it's
women.
it's just
This is so
easier.
much
It's
easier.
easier.
And I think men are just used to women being uh hmm, telling them what to do
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
roundabout
You
way
get put in charge a
that
lot.
they society wise they
Yeah.
don't really argue. They may not do it,
Mm.
but they're not going to argue with you. A woman talking to a woman and they don't want to do something,
Oh, yeah.
they will argue right
Yeah.
there. it's like I don't have time to do this. I have this meeting and that meeting. I'm like, okay, that's men, they don't deal with that. They're just like, I'll get you, I get you.
Um, there's one story I would tell about a charge nurse that I had one time in the OR. And, same level, also on our end, she just took the charge position. So, anyway, I was physically hands in the water washing surgical instruments when she opens up the door and says, "Hey, I need you to go ahead and wash those instruments." And I was immediately infuriated because it's obviously
You're like,
that's what I'm doing. And so she said, I need you to go ahead and wash those instruments. And she said some other things, but go ahead and wash those instruments. So I brought her. Oh, and she also did a thing with a mayo stand at the same time. And when you get done, take this to room 3, which was a big a stainless steel mayo stand. So that was the scenario. So she comes in, she says, "Oh, and then take this to room 3." I said, "Wait," because she was turned around to go. I said, "Wait." She turns back around. I said, "Your hands are on it. Your lazy ass take it over to room 3. And just because you're in charge doesn't mean you need to be a bitch." That was the last time she was
oh,
because it's the way she
hey,
did it. And then take this over to room 3. Oh. It's so cute.
hi, Miss Watson.
Watson. I was going to call him
Yeah,
Winston. Sorry.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. No.
I never
So,
met the man.
let me show you uh one of the what I'm talking about, those Fendi charms that make and yes, they're expensive, y'all. It's Fendi, it's fur, it's art, okay, art.
Wow. That that's really cute. And
It's
really it's
gorgeous.
really detailed. Craig, you
Yeah.
really need to get one of these charms.
We
Sorry.
can live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have time for drama, better things to do with my time. And if it isn't, yeah, I cut everything off real quick.
Well, the drama happens whether you want to be involved with it or not.
It does.
That's
It
just
does.
the
But
life of
I'm always the
office, you know.
in all those clicky situations, I'm always the last person to know like all of the drama going on behind the scenes. Because as soon as they start talking about it, I start backing up and leave.
We're like,
I don't want to
girl,
hear it.
let's
It's not that I
yeah.
don't want to hear it. I don't want to, it's not that I don't like the people talking or whatever. I just don't want to hear it because I don't want to know it. As long as I don't know it, I don't have to deal with it. Just won't
Okay,
hear
so
about
this
it.
is the one that Gwenny showed in her video. This is bunny. Oh, it's a white bunny on a white background. Come on. Well, let's see if you can see it that way. There we go. It's $1,000 bunny. I'm
Oh, I
assuming this
can't
is
see
a
the
lot cheaper.
bunny.
Yeah, yeah, it's because it's white. Let me get
Yeah.
another. There's a teddy bear too. Let me show you the teddy bear. This is the teddy bear. I love this teddy bear. This teddy, $1,400, and I'm like, dude, I want this teddy bear.
Oh, the face.
Yep.
It's so cute.
I
It
know the sweater.
doesn't look
I'm
very
like,
big.
no,
It
that's
looks
what's
like,
kind of big.
oh, that's huge. The ring on that other one though looked as really big.
Mhm.
You
Let's
see?
see what the details.
Yeah.
So they only have the squirrel, the teddy bear, and the bunny. So let's see product details. Okay. Brass mink fur, which is why. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Where are the dimensions? Huh.
Everything
Really?
is off.
No dimensions? No dimensions. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong thing. I don't know. But anyway, adorable. And I'm seriously hoping Gwenny got one, but I don't know. She teased that she got something from Fendi, but she didn't say what she got from Fendi. So,
Ah. Hi, Monica, who I missed, and Apple Blonde and Morella, if I didn't say so. And Apple Blonde. I just said that, didn't I? I'm repeating myself. Oh, it looks like I finally got an email. Nothing's moving through my house right now. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye and go lock up my chickens.
Well, as I said, those mink teddy bears used to be $400 20 years ago, and that wasn't made by Fendi. That was with recycled
How much
furs
are they?
from fur coats. That one was $1,500,
Oh,
$1,400.
ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
but that's also the Fendi markup. Now, I'm sure if you found a mink fur bear charm, that would still be expensive, but it wouldn't be the
not that
Fendi
expensive.
price. Yeah, yeah, he has to
She said
lock.
it
She
go
has
lock
to
my
lock up
chickens
her
up.
chickens. Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go sing them their nightly lullaby and
Yeah,
shut
they
the
have to
door
be
so
cooped up in there. That's it to go in their
animals don't
coop
get in
so
there.
that, yeah, the nighttime predators don't say snack time.
We
Yeah.
also have animal cam, field cam. What were they called? Field cam. Yeah, and so it motion detects and takes pictures so we can see what kind of animals try to get in their pen at night. Well, I think it's time to play the outro, Jackie. And you look like you have a little bit more energy than usual. Actually, you look like you're feeling a
I
lot
took,
better.
I feel better and I took a nap, but that doesn't change the fact I'm going to go right to bed.
Do you live on a farm? Um,
Ish, homestead.
Homestead. It's
It's not like
it's
not
not
like
huge.
a ranching farm.
It's just under 3 acres. So yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night. Good night.